Happy Monday, squad. Today is Monday, so we are going to go ahead and cover the basics. What I'm going to do today is cover our entries, right? We have, continuation plays, which are our starting points. We have our reversal plays, which is our head and shoulders, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that down, right? What we look for and how we look for confirmations to let us know that we were correct, right? So I'm going to go ahead and draw them with, the line tool, so it's not going to be with, the candles today, but make sure you guys take the notes. All right. Make sure you guys take the notes. So we'll go ahead and do some sell examples. Let's go ahead and do the starting point sell example. Cool. I want this like out of the way so bad. All right. Can I move this? All right, bet. Cool. Starting point sell examples, guys. Right. So again, anytime the market is in a downtrend, guys, this is letting us know that we should be looking for some sales, right? If we can physically, see that the market is going down, why would we try to go against the trend when we can easily catch some continuation to the downside, right? So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and break down over here. How we can go ahead and catch the continuation using our starting points, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and actually fix this sell example, and I'm just gonna use right? Because a starting point is a continuation and the head and shoulder is the reversal, right? So let's go ahead. As the market gives me a lower low and we get this lower high, we have to wait for this BOS to happen, right? So once we get this BOS, guys, this is important. This lets us know that the market is ready to go down now, right? So let's go ahead and have this marked up clean. See if we can give it some space. Cool. So once we see that the market is down here, guys, what should we be doing? I want to make this an interactive call because I know we have some people who've been on here for a while, and I know we have some newer students. So, I feel like I do an all right job breaking it down. So I hope you guys have the notes on you, right? I go over this every single time. Every call I go over this, guys. So for the fact that you guys can't even open y'all's mouth and, say what we're looking at is beyond me because you guys should already have the answers to the test. You know what I'm saying? Like that's super, super real, right? So once we get a BOS, guys, what should we be thinking inside of our heads right now?
Continuation.
And it's literally right here as well, right? Continuation. We should be looking to continue to sell the market. So once we find our breakout rally to the downside, right, we have to find our starting point. Super, super important, right? And once we get our blue arrows and those red arrows, right, I'll put them on here because I actually like them, to be honest. It helps the newer individual, right? So when you see these red arrows, guys, or the blue arrows on the chart, guys, match those. Match these red arrows. Oops, let me move this out the way. Match these red arrows to the boxes here. And it's going to help you find your points of interest to sell or buy the market, right? So if we have a red arrow, we're looking to sell. If we have a blue arrow, we are looking to buy, right? Give me a 2 if that makes sense. We have a red arrow, we're looking to sell. We have a blue arrow, we're looking to buy. Fairly easy, right? Fairly easy. So, guys, we have our entry here. Now we have to have our starting point. So on this, plain example, we're just going to have the high be our starting point. Okay. Our high is going to be the stop loss. Now, the thing is, we still have to worry about the structure. We know that this is our opportunity. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and break down the advanced because this is it, guys. This is how you find our sell entry with the continuations. We find our lower low, lower high, and we need to identify the break of structure to the downside. Once we do that, we pretty much have this set up already. We locate the breakout rally that happened right here, right? Locate your breakout rally and find your last buying candle before that breakout happened, and it should be around here, right? So that's our setup. You find your starting point, your entry is the high with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward, right? Now, again, you can enter at the 50% or at the first touch. I'm gonna let y'all, do what y'all do with that. But same rules apply, right? How do we know when we're correct? Now, this is where we're gonna go ahead and get more advanced, right? How do we know when we're correct? As the market is coming back up, we have to go ahead and locate our BOSs to the upside, right? Our BOSs to the upside. So let's go ahead. Super important, guys. Right now, I also need to have a change of character line. That's also very, very important. Guys, this right here, just by marking up your charts like this, guys, it's going to help you feel a lot more confident in this market. Need change of direction for sell opportunities. And I'm labeled this red because I need a bearish change of direction, right? So let's go ahead. As the market continues up, I'm just going to continue moving my lines, guys. As we get a break of structure here, awesome. Break of structure. Adjust your lines. Because if the market wants to go ahead and start falling now, the market's going to go ahead, change direction, and we're going to start looking for sells down here. But until that happens, we are waiting. So we rinse and repeat this step, guys. We rinse and repeat. Higher high, higher low, break a structure to the upside. We rinse and repeat. We adjust our lines. Now, if the market wants to reverse now, we have to wait for the market to break and close below so we can start looking for some more possible sells. But until that happens, we continue to rinse and repeat, right? Higher high, higher low. We're getting some consolidation happening right now, right? So that's a good thing. Guys, anytime we see a starting point opportunity, just like this, and the market starts to consolidate right underneath, that is a good thing. I'm looking to take these opportunities. Why? Because when the market starts to build consolidation and starts to build liquidity, right? This is how we know we get that structure shift. When the market clears this liquidity, touches our sell zone, enters our sell zone, right? And we change direction. But we have to go ahead and adjust our lines. Remember. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. I love these opportunities, guys. When the market consolidates right underneath my sell zone and we get the market pushes up one last time, gives me my sell opportunity, and then starts to drop and go my way, right? But we have to wait for it to break and close below this black line, because what if it starts to just chill like this? We haven't confirmed sells yet. The market can easily go higher a little bit more, right? So once the market drops and we get this change of direction, boom, we can start continuing the sells. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense.
Yes.
If you have any questions, please put a question mark. Please put a question mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and update this real quick, give you guys the visual. We get the last sweep, change of direction, take the sell opportunity. Let me go ahead and just adjust this. I want to draw it out so you guys can have really good notes. Now, guys, same rules apply, right? Let me just move this over here. If I could zoom in a little bit more. Same rules apply. If we just broke structure to the upside, we should have a blue arrow. This is where levels comes in clutch, bro. Like levels comes in clutch. We should have a blue arrow right here, right? So I'm just go ahead and put a blue arrow because we just got that rally breakout. Now, as soon as we break and close below this structure, we're going to have a red arrow. So once we get that structure shift from bullish to bearish, levels is going to help us out. Levels is going to help us out. Now, on this example here, I'm just going to continue with the starting point examples. So if you wanted to take another starting point example right there, you definitely could have. Does that make sense, guys? If you have any questions, please let me know. Dang, bro, I feel like this is like not in the middle. Okay, something like that. Hold on. Hold up, hold up. Trying to get this thing in the middle, make it look clean. All right, I guess something like this. All right, guys. I hope that makes sense, man, because if you guys don't say nothing to me, I can't clarify. Like I really can't. I assume that I did my job and that completely made sense. Right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh man, I want this to fit on here so bad. We'll see. We'll see. We'll adjust as we go. Oh, where would you take your sell at after the retest? You're talking about right here? After we get this retest or after we get this breakout? JV? Let's go. Let's go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue. All right, let's go ahead. By example, starting point. Let me go ahead and copy this. Probably put this on the bottom. Starting point, by example, continuation. Cool. So now when the market is going higher, guys, right? If the market is going higher, I want to continue looking for the next possible buy opportunities. I don't want to fight the trend, right? I'm not saying you can't. There are people that definitely can, and they're very good at counter trend trading. But for me, guys, why make it difficult? If the market is going up and you've been seeing it go up for the last week, why are you going to go ahead and try to sell it? Continue writing those buys. What if you can catch a buy and hold it for the next week? Wouldn't you want to hold a buy for a week rather than holding a sell for a day or half a day? You tell me. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I would much rather hold a buy for a week rather than a sell for a day or a day and a half or a couple hours, right? I don't know. What's your perspective? What would you guys rather do? What would you guys want to do, guys? All right, so let's go ahead. Market is bullish. Market is bullish. Now we need to see a higher high structure, higher low structure, and we need to see the breakout, right? We need to see the breakout. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy some of this stuff over here. Bullish. Awesome. So now once we get this BOS, guys, we should identify. I would rather take the stairs. Exactly, bro. Once you can identify this breakout rally, right, follow that rally back down to the last selling candle. So we follow this. There should be at least 2 green candles here. Follow that down to the last selling candle, and that's going to be your starting point for buys. So let's go ahead. We'll make this blue. And again, guys, levels will help you find this opportunity. As soon as you see that blue arrow pop up on your chart, what should you do, guys? As soon as you see this blue arrow pop up on your chart, what should you do?
Look for buys.
Look for buys, yes, but what should you be matching this color with? Because this arrow helps you. It's meant for something. Yes, Teddy. Once you see this blue arrow, guys, match that with the bulls. Once you press the button, this zone right here is going to pop up for you, right? So levels is also going to help you. Levels is training wheels, but it's looking for the same thing that you should be looking for, right? So let them help you. It's a good thing. Trust me, guys. I still use levels, especially on charts that look ugly. Like, bruh, sometimes you got to use the training wheels. It is what it is, right? So cool. We have our buy zone. Now we have to find our stop loss. Oops. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy that because my stop loss is going to be this low, especially if I'm gonna be looking for longs, right? So let's go ahead, we'll move this down here. I'm gonna have my buy opportunity with my stop loss at the low with minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Now, same rules apply, guys. I'm waiting down here. So now when the market starts to come down, right, I need to see the break of structure to the downside. So we get the break of structure. Boom, we get one. Awesome. Where's my change of character line? Need change of direction for buy example or buy opportunity. Cool. So now if the market was going to reverse and start heading back up, guys, we would start waiting for this. Once this happens, we can start looking for some more buy opportunities. But until then, we're going to continue waiting for the BOSs to the downside. So let's go ahead. Market pulls back, gives me another BOS. Awesome. Let's just adjust our lines here, right? Because sometimes even on my chart, I'm like, dang, I have too many BOSs, right? So let's just adjust, right? Let's just adjust, man, because then you'll really know where your shoulder is. Because instead of having so many right here, you might even confuse yourself. And I want to simplify everything for you. So let's just adjust our lines, right? Let's go ahead. Market starts to pull back and we get a breakout. Awesome. That's fine. Let's adjust our lines. My BOS happened there. My change of character line should be here. Now, if the market is ready to go and start buying up, market has to break and close above this black line so we can start looking for some more buy opportunities and send the market up. Give me an 8 if this makes sense, guys. So until we get the market to break and close above this black line, we should anticipate and expect for the market to continue dropping, right? Market gives me a low, market pulls back, and then we start to consolidate right here. Okay, cool. It is what it is, right? So let's adjust. We get one more break of structure. My change of character line is right here. But let's take a look. Market's consolidating right now, right? So let's see. If we're looking for buy opportunities right here, guys, and we see consolidation happen, that's a good thing. Do not get scared. That is a good thing, guys, right? Once the market sweeps this liquidity and gives me that break of structure, awesome. Let's go ahead and confirm. Let's confirm that. That definitely happened, right? That's the very last BOS. Now let's go ahead and move our change of character line. So now that the market gave me an entry point, right? It gave me an entry. We're waiting for the market to go ahead, go our way, and give me this change of direction. Once we get this, let's go ahead and confirm. Change of direction definitely happened. Now to continue with our starting point, examples, we'll go ahead and just put a brand new starting point right here. Guys, give me a 2 if this makes sense. And give me a question mark if you are confused. I can't keep it super basic for you guys because then you will never continue to grow, right? You will never continue to grow if I continue to keep it very, very basic. This is how we start implementing the advanced. So if it hits that limit, you wouldn't enter until the change of direction. No, you can definitely enter. You can definitely enter. I like to call my first opportunities my test trades, right? So it's a super under leveraged trade, right? Super under leveraged trade. And then once we get this, we can go ahead and throw a lot that fits our trading account, right? So I hope that makes sense, Joey, but you can definitely take an opportunity here. But once we get this change of direction, that lets us know we were correct. So we can start looking for more opportunities to shift that market back up, right? Can you throw the fibs on it? Yeah, same thing. Same rules apply, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you guys throw fibs on your structure, right? But for me, if I'm throwing the fib on it, right? Let me just move this out the way so it doesn't get super ugly. If I'm throwing the fib, I want to throw it from the highest point right? Down to where the market makes that U-turn. So look, this is the highest point that sold the market down, right? Where did the market start to U-turn and come back for me? Right here. This is where the market started to make that U-turn. Oops, that's super ugly. And come back for me, right? So I want to draw it from the highest point to the U-turn. So from right here to here. Now, obviously, this is a drawing, but again, I would like for the market to come back within my 0.79 and 0.886. Now, I don't really use a whole lot of fibs, to be honest with you, but this is how it's done, right? I like to just focus on the structure because that's what I like. But, you know, this works as well. So for Zoom user who asked how to throw the fibs on it, this is how you do it, bro. Right? Same rules apply for the buys, right? I want to put the fib from the lowest low that gave us this break of structure. And where did I start to make that U-turn? Right here. So let's go ahead and throw it on there. From the lowest low where the market started to make that U-turn, boom. I want to enter within the 0.7 and 886. This would be my entry area. And then my target would be here, right? Those are the swing fibs, right? These are swing targets. Always lock in your 1 to 3, guys. Always lock in your 1 to 3. But does this make sense, guys? Everybody, does this make sense? Let me know.
Yes. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. And if you guys don't have the fibs, I might as well just give them to you right now. Right? These are my fib settings. You guys can go ahead and copy these, take a screenshot of these, right? Do what you guys do. I don't have my trend line on it. I don't like that. Let me see. I mean, everything is fairly basic, you know. I don't even like these on there. I just have it on there for you guys. Like I like to keep it super clean like that, you know. If I don't have to have the levels on it, I don't. But I know for you guys, y'all visual learners like myself. So, you know, there it is for you guys. But again, from the highest point down to where the market made that U-turn to come back for us. That's where my entry is. Always secure your 1 to 3, but these are going to be your swing TPs, right? So let's go ahead and we'll delete that. And again, guys, this is sauce that no one is going to get if they don't hop on these calls, right? So, hey, you ask the questions, you're going to get some answers. You know what I'm saying? So good question. Good question. All right. Now, what is a 1 to 3 risk to award? So a 1 to 3, Yanni, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Yanni. A 1 to 3 risk to award, right? Whatever I'm willing to risk, I want to gain at least 3 times that. So let's just say, from this yellow line, this is my entry, to the end of this purple line, I'm willing to risk $10, right? So if the market ends up taking my stop loss, I only lose $10. But if the market goes my way, then I gain 30, right? So whatever I'm willing to risk, I want to at least gain triple that. Does that make sense, Yanni?
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, cool. Move this way. Now for let's see. Head and shoulder. Oops. The heck? Head and shoulders. Sell example, and this is going to be a reversal. Right? Head and shoulder sell example, and is going to be for the reversal. Now, guys, understand that this is the same structure. Do you use a fair value gap as entry? I do not. I literally just went over my entries. Please pay attention. No, I do not trade with imbalances or gaps. Supply and demand, starting points, head and shoulders. Thank you. So, head and shoulders sell example, right? Understand it's the same structure, guys. Lower low, lower high, lower low. It's the same structure, but on a lower time frame, you know what it's going to look like? We're going to have some pullbacks in here. And now we're getting detailed with the nitty gritty. Does that make sense? It's the same thing, guys. One is more simplified, right? So if we jump up to the higher time frame, this is what it's going to look like. If this is the 4-hour play, right? The 4-hour pullback, this is what the 15-minute structure looks like. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
So now we're just getting more advanced inside the same structure, right? Nothing should be changing really. So let's go ahead. As the market drops, gives me that lower low, we have to locate the structure. Break a structure. Break a structure. Cool. Now, sometimes the market consolidates, right? Not every chart is freaking like super clean structure. Sometimes it's going to consolidate. So let's go ahead, right? We always have to mark up the chart. So this is where we got our break of structure to the upside. Now we were waiting for the market to clear this liquidity. Should have asked that as a question, right? Guys, if we're looking to continue sales, right? And we can see that the market is actually building up consolidation right now. Guys, we should be anticipating for the market to sweep liquidity and then continue to the downside. Does that make sense? We need to see that happen, especially when we're looking for that head and shoulder reversal, right? Because look, we are in a downtrend, but the market was heading up and then we wanted to head down. So we're looking for the reversal inside of the structure that's happening right here. So we can see that the market is ready, right? So let's go ahead. I'm just going to put this right here. The market clears the liquidity. Let me just clean that up. I don't like how this looks. Cool. So we see the liquidity that's happening right here. I would like to see if the market can sweep this, give me that very last break of structure to the upside, and then give me that change of direction. So once we get our very last BOS, let's go ahead and adjust. We now saw that we got our change of direction. So let's go ahead. Change of direction to the downside, right? That was a bearish change of direction. So let's go ahead and label. Now, guys, when it comes to the head and shoulder, right? When it comes to the head and shoulder, our entry zone is going to be the last BOS, right? So we want to go from the highest wick to the closest body. And I will show you that on the charts. I will show you that on the charts. From the highest wick to the closest body. So what do I mean by that? Let's say this is the highest wick, right? My zone is going to start from the highest wick to the closest body. So let's just say these lines are my body points. That is my sell zone. Let's say the wick is super small, right? Well, my zone is from the highest wick to the closest body point. That's my sell zone. Does that make sense? We're focused on the structure. So let's say the wick is super long, right? My sell zone starts from the highest wick to the closest body point. As long as we have our head that's breaking past this structure here, boom, we are good. It's good, right? So let's just go ahead and we'll delete this. Bring this down a little bit. We'll bring this down a little bit as well. But look at this, guys. Same structure. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Same thing, just a bit more advanced. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? So look, we found our our shoulder. My stop loss is going to be the high. My stop loss is going to be the high. You see it, Teddy? Let's go. The stop loss is going to be the high. So now we're awaiting right here. My entry, my stop loss with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Minimum 1 to 3. Now, guys, the same thing. We got to do the same exact thing, guys. Right? We have to mark up our BOSs. We have to mark up our BOSs to the downside. I'm sorry, to the upside. She understands it now. She understands it now, bro. Right? So as the market comes back up, as the market's coming back up, we have to focus on the break of structures. So let's go ahead. BOS to the upside. Again, guys, this right here, the structure on the way up to my sell zone, guys, is just as important as our sell structure, because this is going to let us know that we were correct, that we were right, so we can start looking for some more opportunities. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 1 if that makes sense. So the structure on the way up to my sell zone is just as important. It's just as important. So let's go ahead. Market pulls back, BOS. Let's continue to adjust. My change of character line is here. Need change of direction for a sell opportunity. Awesome. So if the market wants to go ahead and close below this black line, we can start looking for some sell opportunities. But until then, we are waiting right here, guys. We are waiting right here, right? So let's go ahead. Market pulls back, gives me another break of structure to the upside. Awesome. Let's go ahead and adjust. Let's go ahead and adjust. If the market wants to go ahead and close below this black line, we can now start looking for some sell examples. But until then, we are anticipating for the market to go up just a bit higher. Now, let's say the market wants to go ahead and consolidate. Awesome. Guys, when you see that, what should you be thinking? If we're looking at liquidity being built up right below my sell zone, what should we be thinking and telling ourselves, guys? We have to start thinking like this. What's up? Come on, guys. What should we be thinking? We have a sell opportunity right here, and the market stopped. The market literally stopped and started consolidating. What should we be thinking now, fam? Just wait. We should be waiting, right? We should wait for the market to come back up. We got to wait for the market to take liquidity. That's what we should be thinking. Joey, good job. And after we take liquidity, we're looking for that change of direction and that retest. Jorge and iPhone, good job. So we see this liquidity being built. The next thing that we should be waiting for and anticipating is the market to sweep liquidity, come into my sell zone to give me my very last break of structure to the upside. And once I move my break of structure, what should I do with my change of direction line, guys? What should I do? Adjust it. It needs to be right here. And as soon as the market gives me that change of direction to the downside, we are now right. It's been confirmed that we were correct, and we can now start looking for some more opportunities to the downside. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 2. Let me know, unmute if that makes sense, guys. So boom, we take the liquidity. The market gives me my change of direction. Let's go ahead and confirm that, right? Let's go ahead and mark it up, right? Keep everything detailed, change of direction. Cool. Now, once we get this, we can start looking for our next opportunity and sell the market down. And because this is a head and shoulder example, I'm going to go ahead and use another head and shoulder. Right? So some people are going to like the starting points because it's easier, right? Less detailed work. And hey, it is what it is. It works. If that's what works for you, continue to work the plan. But I know some people, what time frame do you usually mark up this on? Every time frame, whatever time frame, whatever style trader you are. If you are a scalper, 1 minute, 15 to 5. I know Neri that does shoe jobs down to like the 15-second. We're all looking for the same exact thing when it comes to structure. Right? So it doesn't matter what time frame you're marking this up on. You, the trader, just needs to make sure you jump up to 1 or 2 time frames to look for higher time frame target points, because you do not want to get caught going back and forth within the game. Because you understand, guys, when you drop down to a lower time frame, you are playing a game within a bigger game. So make sure, if you are scalping, make sure you guys have at least a 1 hour, target point. If you guys are on the 1, the 5, the 15 minute, make sure minimum 1 hour target points. Now, again, guys, levels helps you find this stuff, right? Levels will help you find this stuff. So actually, I should be marking this up here as well. Oops. Let me go ahead and do this over here, right? Because levels will help you find your bullish break of structure and your bearish break of structure. Now, once we go from bullish to bearish and levels helps us, guys, we know what's going to happen. So once we see this red arrow, guys, what should we be thinking? What should we be matching this arrow to?
Bears.
We got to match this red arrow to the red bears button, right? So keep that in mind. Once we get that, that's letting us know we have that shift. Okay. But again, we're looking for a structure. This is the head and shoulder. It's not it's the starting point. It's not supply and demand. But as we see the shift from blue to red, that's already letting us know that we have a head and shoulder. Why? Because we marked it up already, right? It's been confirmed. Okay, so boom, we have our starting point for, I'm sorry, our head and shoulder for sales. Now let's go ahead and break it down right here. Head and shoulder, buy examples, reversal. Okay, same thing, guys. Same thing. As the market gives me a higher high, we are looking for the structure to be created, right? So let's go ahead. Now, super important. Let me go ahead and just move this a bit higher. Super important we mark this stuff up, guys. Right? We marked up our BOS. Now my change of character line should be here. We had another break of structure. So my change of character line should be here. Now, again, we're looking for buys, right? Same thing. Higher high, higher low. Guys, it's the same thing, just with more detail. Higher high, higher low. We need for the market to go ahead and give us that break of structure to the upside. So let's go ahead. The market finally gives me that change of direction. Cool. Cool. So now once we get that, let's go ahead and confirm. Change of direction. This is a bullish change of direction to the upside. Move this up. And again, levels will help you. Levels will tell you, hey, we have one more bearish push, and we finally got our bullish reversal. So look, we have everything that we need. My zone is going to be from the lowest wick to the closest body where this BOS is. My stop loss is going to be the low. Now, on the way down to my buy zone, guys, I need to focus on the structure. Break a structure. Break a structure. Break a structure. Now, guys, let me see, where we at? Where should my change of character line be? I need to put my change of character line closer to the market. Where should it be, guys? Who wants to annotate on my chart? Let's go, Jason. Let's go, Jason. What's good, Jason, my boy? Yes, Yanni. Yes, Yanni. Jason, if you can remove that orange line, I would appreciate you, my boy. But now my change of character line is there, right? So if the market wants to go ahead, thank you, bro, and change direction, if the market change direction, then we're going to go ahead and look for some buys. But until that happens, we're anticipating the market to drop lower. So let's just say, boom, the market starts to consolidate. Awesome. Cool. That's exactly what we want. Now, what we're looking for and what we're anticipating, guys, is if the market is consolidating right above my buy zone, we should be anticipating the liquidity sweep. We should be anticipating the liquidity sweep. So we're waiting for this, for the market to drop, give me an entry, give me my very last break of structure so we can go ahead and adjust. Now, once we get that, I need to adjust my change of direction line. Okay. Now, once the market changes direction, we were correct. Once we get this, guys, we were correct. We finally got the change of direction we're looking for. Let's go ahead and update so we can start looking for some more buy opportunities. Now, again, this was a head and shoulder example, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the head and the shoulder as our entry points one more time. And we're waiting for the market to come back and take off. Let me see if I can fit all of this. Let me see. Oh, wow. It is what it is. Zoom out a little bit. Let me see. I want you guys to have a good screenshot. Come on, my boy. Let me see, background. This is blue. Background is blue because these are buying examples. These are red, and this is red as well. All right, guys, go ahead and take your screenshots. Make sure you guys have, I'm telling you guys, I just gave you guys the blueprint. I don't know who's going to take this serious and draw this in their notes, but whoever takes this serious and puts this in their notes, they are going to see some type of results because you just got the blueprint on you. Hold on, guys. Actually, let me go ahead and just do this one more time. I want to make sure it's super detailed for you guys, because levels will help you identify the shift. And once you identify the shift, you got to trust what you're seeing. You got to trust what you guys are seeing. Right? So let's go ahead. Take your screenshots, guys. I'm telling y'all, this is it. I know this might seem like, oh, wow, like that's a lot. Like, bro, I promise you, if you understood this, it's only going to get better. Right? So let's go ahead. We just spent the majority of this call breaking this down, but honestly, I can care less because now you have the blueprint on you. Right? So let's go ahead and we'll look at some charts for the next 15 minutes. Right? So I hope you guys took a screenshot of that. If you didn't, I mean, it is what it is. That's on y'all for not taking action. But let's go ahead. I need the chart breakdown. I got y'all. So let's go ahead. Dot, like crypto. You want to look at dot? Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Polka dot. I got you. Where's she at? Where's she at? I thought I had her in here.
Yeah, you do right there.
Where? Oh, yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. We'll hop on a higher time frame. Guys, anytime I hop on a new chart, I'm always looking at higher time frame to see what's going down. Now, we can see, obviously we're in the pretty much the lows right here in this area. Now, just by looking at the higher time frame, I can already see liquidity that's left, right? So I would not mind personally if the market sweeps this. So obviously we can already see that whatever I have here has already been disrespected. But again, equal low, right? Support. Would not mind it, guys, if we can sweep this liquidity, give us that slingshot, and then send it back up. Because everybody's looking for swings right now. So anybody who's been aggressive on the lower time frame, focused on that structure, most likely has been having some trouble taking these buy opportunities. But when you jump onto a higher time frame, you can easily see we have liquidity. So we might have to wait. Now the thing is, let's just delete this real quick, right? Now the thing is, let's go ahead and put that back. We have to focus on the structure that's inside of here. Because once we sweep this liquidity and we change direction right here, so this is where I'm going to start looking for the buy opportunities, right? We have the liquidity sweep that was taken. We have the change of direction that just happened right here, right? So I would like to see if we can take an opportunity in this area and shift the market back up. Because if we just wait for this, this is too long and we miss the move. Left shoulder, neckline, head. If we don't take opportunities down here and we wait for the change of character, guys, it might just continue and it might not come back down to give us an opportunity. So this is what you would call a setup within the setup, right? We're waiting. We need the small setup to happen so the big setup can happen, right? Then the very next opportunity would be in a couple of years, hopefully, down here, right? Let's exit some opportunities, wait for that bearishness in the crypto market again, take some more opportunities and shift the market back up. But all that's going to take time. But we need to focus on the structure that just took liquidity. So Sonia, you need to be on top of that, right? So make sure you have, an alert right here. Have this be like an alert, like a first touch alert, or you can, easily just put, an alert right here. Bow dot liquidity sweep on the monthly. But yeah, that's what I would be looking for right now. Especially look at this, guys. Like we see that we have a starting point opportunity right here, right? Starting point opportunity. Now, what is it doing, Sonia? What would you think this is right here?
Consolidating.
Consolidating, right? So just by jumping up to the higher time frame, we're able to see that we have liquidity. What the heck? We have liquidity, right? And then we have consolidation happening right on top of our starting point. So I would not mind, if Bitcoin wants to push down one more time, most likely DOT will push down one more time. Once that happens, we have to go ahead, mark up the structure, BOS to the downside. This would be my change of character line. Now, once that market gives me what I need to see, boom, take the opportunity, shift the market higher, right? So I would just wait. I would just wait and be patient. Have your alert set. This is one thing that I love to do, guys. If I'm already anticipating a break of structure to the downside, these alerts are super, super clutch, right? I already have an alert to the upside, right? My alert crossing up once per bar close. But what if I'm anticipating the market to break down one more time? I'm going to trap the market once per bar close crossing down. So once I identify and the market tells me we broke and closed below, boom. I already know we just got the liquidity sweep and my very last break of structure. Let's go ahead and adjust. We'll mark up. And then once we get that confirmation, we're waiting for the change of direction. So use your alerts, guys. Like you don't have to, watch these charts all day. Your alerts are your best friend. But that's what I would be looking for. But let's go back to levels. Go to a higher time frame. Let's try to find something super clear. Yep, I got you. Let's try to look for something clear right now. Let's go to something else. I want to see some clear structure for today's examples. Okay, cool. This isn't too bad. Let's go to the daily. Okay, cool, guys. So look check me out. I'm going to give you guys a starting point example, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a head and shoulder example. So on the higher time frames, structure is going to look a bit cleaner, a bit neater, right? We have lower low, lower high, lower low. So since the old liquidity isn't in your AOI, I'm not sure what that means. You wouldn't go with the nearest liquidity sweep? No, I would not, because I've already identified area of interest? Yeah, because I've already identified liquidity. And then what is the market doing again? You could have taken this opportunity. Boom, you enter, you're in profit. But now look what the market's doing. Back, forth, back. It's just literally consolidating. If we could drop down the daily, we can see that the market is stuck. First touch, your entry, you're in profit. Consolidation. Comes back into your entry, you're in profit. Consolidation. Back in your entry, what's going down? So now that I'm seeing more liquidity being built up in this area, guys, the market isn't going to make it easy for you. It wants to scare you. Everybody is looking for buys right now, which means, you know how many people have been placing buy orders here all throughout here? One touch, somebody just throw in a couple 100,000. Second touch, someone just threw in another 100,000. Right? There's big whales. There's not, I probably threw in 100, 100, 200, but there are people who have been investing into this space for a long time. They're throwing big dollars down. Right? So there's a lot of people looking for opportunities, but the banks throw billions down. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to scare everybody, sell the market, so everybody who got in early can exit their investments. And as soon as that happens, guys, that's when the banks turn around, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Yes, sir. So back to the levels, right? We have our BOS at the downside. Now look at this, guys. What did levels give me here? What is that, guys? You guys tell me. Can y'all see or nah? Because if y'all can't see, I mean, y'all gonna have a hard time trading, low key. But we do have a break of structure, but levels gave us an arrow. So we have to match this arrow to the red bears. So let's go ahead. Boom. Levels is saying, hey, we have a sell opportunity right here. Let's go ahead and watch out for that. Okay, cool. Thank you, levels. I'm gonna go ahead and put the training wheels away. So you can go ahead. You can already have an opportunity right here. Now the highest wick in that area would be here. So that's my stop loss with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Do you guys see the opportunity? Right? Rebecca sent in the picture. If you guys want to go ahead and look at that, the top left is literally this opportunity right here. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the market to make the structure so we can identify our confirmation and send the market back down. Right? Now let's drop down to the 4-hour. Now, levels is giving me another red arrow right here. Maybe we can tighten up our zone. Boom, red arrow. Let's match that. Okay, cool. Levels is saying that my starting point is way up here. And I like that. Tighter the better. Okay, so now we have a starting point that's way up here. A little bit better risk to reward. That's fine with me. But now look at this, guys. We found our starting point. That's one opportunity that I like to break down. The second opportunity, again, we have lower low, lower high, lower low on the higher time frame. But on the lower time frame, guys, we can already see just one time frame lower, we have structure that's being built. Does that make sense? We have to identify our break of structure to the upside so we can be that much more accurate with our head and shoulders, right? So as we dive in, notice how we have a break of structure to the upside here. Let's go ahead and label that BOS. We have a bullish BOS. Cool. It looks like we have one here. So let's go ahead and we'll adjust. Boom. And then my change of character line would be right here, right? If this high made this low and this low made this high, and then we change character, I'm worried about this low, right? Always worried about your dominant lows and not your internal market structure, right? Because we have external, which is the large structure, and then we have the internal that's inside of it, right? We have to worry about the external. So this is our setup right here, guys. Now this is my head and shoulder. My highest wick in that area would be this one, I believe. And my closest body point, let me go ahead and zoom in. My closest body point looks like it's going to be these candles here. Boom. With our stop losses being the same. Now look, guys, we're waiting right now. Now look, whoever asked about that fib, from the high where the market starts to go ahead and make that U-turn, boom. If you want to throw the fib on it, we have some extra sauce on the fib. We're looking for entries around here. And I mean, if you really want to hold your 1 to 3, 1 to 3s, always secure your 1 to 3s, guys. Always secure your 1 to 3s. But if you're looking to hold and swing, this is a possibility as well. And this would also be a 1 to 10, right? Now, check me out. The market looks like it is dropping down. So that could possibly play, right? That could possibly play. Let's go over here on the weekly time frame. Guys, anytime you see that the market is selling down, right? Anytime you see that the market is selling down, you should always ask yourself, what is it selling down to? So always look left. Draw your line. Draw a line right at live structure. And we can see, okay, well, the market is a little bit lower and everything right here has been taken. So what's lower than that? What's fresh? I want fresh zones. So let's go ahead and drop down or go to the far left, right? Always look left, guys. Always look for the fresh zones. I don't care if it's been touched once or twice. I want the one that has never been touched, right? So look at this. We have a bullish BOS to the upside, right? Breakout rally right here. My starting point, right there. Now, if we go over here, guys, that zone has never been touched. I would like to see if we can continue these sells. Euro GBP does not look bad for sell continuations. Weekly time frame, especially on the daily, right? This is nice. Would not mind this. Would not mind these opportunities. 1 to 4. I'm sorry, 1 to 4. 4-hour time frame. But guys, does this make sense? Let me know. If it doesn't, then I got to do a better job at explaining and find a different way to break this down for you guys, right? So if it doesn't, guys, that's okay. I'm not going to get mad. I got to do my studies and make sure I'm sharp for you guys. So if it does not make sense, family, please put a question mark. Hit me up on the side, you know, in my DM and on Instagram, on Telegram, if you could finally. I know we have like a grip of people inside the Telegram chat, so it's hard to find one person. But send me a message. Let me know, hey, I'm having trouble. I'm struggling on this. Can you please clarify this, right? So we can go ahead and continue to cut that learning curve, right? Austin, is this the same setup that you, what is the Telegram link? That is for our members, bro. That is for our members that have gotten started with the team. Yes, sir. Austin, it's not letting me use your link. Let me go ahead. I think you sent it earlier. GBP JPY, this is a 30-minute time frame. Let me go ahead and go over it. Let's go ahead and go. GBP JPY, you said 30-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and make this fresh. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, this is the monthly time frame. What do we see here? Do we see a break of structure to the downside? Do we see a break of structure to the downside? We will finish this and then we'll get out of here, guys.
Yes.
Thank you for unmuting. Look at this, guys. Super fire. Look at this structure, bro. This is not getting any easier than this. Guys, break a structure. We got red arrows. We can match these red arrows to the bears. Boom. When you also see red arrows, guys, you can press BOS. Levels is going to help you find your break of structures, right? I like this. This is super clean. But boom, market hasn't came back to that in years. Look at that starting point was created in 08, 2008. Yanni, I know you're a youngin, bro. When were you born?
2008.
Oh shit.
You good?
There you go. Right? Guys, the boy Yanni probably wasn't even born yet when this starting point was created. But he's over here learning the skill set. And in 2024, the market touched this zone and dropped for 2,700 pips, 2,700 pips. Gas. I don't know about you guys, but gas. Right? Now look, this is what's going down. On the monthly time frame, we have our very last BOS. And levels is also saying that. Arrow, match that. Boom, cool. Now my change of character line would be here. But look at this, go down and look at structure. Right? So we still have an opportunity right here that I've been talking about for some time now. We have a left shoulder right there. And we also have a starting point right here in this area. Notice how we have our breakage structure to the upside. And then we also had our change of direction. And after we change direction, we've literally just been consolidating. Left shoulder, neckline, head, change of direction. We've just been ranging sideways at this point, right? So not a very good sign for GBP JPY. I would still like to continue sales, but obviously this is the weekly time frame. We may push up for a while, for a couple of weeks, get this sell, and then shift down. Or the market can save this zone for later, and the market can continue to drop for a couple of weeks, and then it'll probably want to come back up, right? So we have to just listen and focus on the structure that's been given to us at this time. So look at this. In this moment, we are slightly downtrending, right? Slightly. So I'm focusing on the structure that I've been given. We have a BOS at the downside, and levels is letting us know we have a red arrow. Match that. Levels is saying here we have a starting point right here in this area. Cool. Let's drop down the 4-hour time frame. Now, if we're going to continue sells, and I do like this liquidity down here. If we're going to continue sells, we need for the market to break and close. We have a BOS right here. Levels obviously has let us know, right? So whoever's been looking for buys is, whoever's been looking for buys is buying in this area. But I would like to see if we can change character and continue the sells. Left shoulder, neckline, head. We need this change of direction so we can continue selling the market, right? Continue selling the market. Let me see. I personally don't like this buy opportunity because we still have liquidity that's been right here, but I do see what you're looking at. So if that's something that you're interested in taking, just make sure that it comes with the confirmation, right? So what we just broke down today, Austin, right? Let me see what your market is. Okay, you're looking at a zone, yeah, way down there. So let's go back down. You're looking at something that's down here. So I'm just gonna use this. Right. So again, Austin, for your confirmation, bro, if you're looking for buys, focus on the reversal once it hits this area. We need to see structure. We need to see the breaker structure to the downside, right? Once we've identified our breaker structure to the downside, you can trickle in, test trade the zone, right? If you guys have been studying and you've been confident taking your trades, test trade the zone, because if the market goes your way, then you can definitely have some good money management and do what you got to do. But you also know, as the trader, you've identified liquidity, and the market has been dropping down on higher time frames. So you have to ask yourself what you're going to do, right? How careful are you willing to be, right? So if you want to trickle in here, you can definitely do that. But once we come back, this would be your confirmation to send that market back up. It's not about how many pips that you should be willing to risk. It's how much percentage of your account, right? So I personally don't teach, oh, I'm a risk 15 pips for X amount. No, let's just say this is your setup, right? Well, this is already 78 pips. let's just say you're somebody like, you know what, I only risk 20 pips, that's it. Well, 20 pips on GBP JPY is this right here. That's very, very tight. You're asking to get knocked out, right? If the market structure is telling you, hey, this is your stop loss, then listen to the structure. If you don't like how big it is, you have to under leverage or possibly skip out on that trade, right? So I'm going off of percentages, right? So let's just say I have $10,000, right? $10,000. 1% of $10,000 is $10, right? So I'm willing to risk $10 on this trade. Now I can break that down up and maybe even risk $2, something like that. Does that make sense, Yanni? I'm not really worried about the pips per se. I want to worry about the percent of my account that's going to be lost, possibly. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Yep. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Let's go. Again, I apologize for, most of the call was breaking down the examples, but this is a beginner call, and we've had, over a dozen people come in this last week alone. So I felt like it was only right to give the newer individuals the game plan and the examples and the blueprint, just like I gave y'all. So next Monday, guys, you guys have the blueprint on you. We are going to go ahead and look for some actual live markups. We're going to go ahead and dive deep and practice what we've learned, right? But I do feel like y'all deserve the blueprint. And on Friday, guys, the Friday calls are more advanced, right? So if it's a little bit more too advanced for you, that's okay. You're going to get there eventually, right? We all started at 0. You know what I'm saying? So it'll take time, but we're going to get there. You feel me? You guys have a great trading week. I hope this call was very helpful for you guys. Hope you guys were able to take some value from it. I hope you guys took screenshots and did yourself some justice. But guys, trading is an open book test. If you are trading and you don't have any examples or notes or anything like that on you guys, I promise you, like, you are hindering yourself. Like, if you're not even willing to go above and beyond to take notes for yourself, let that sink in. You feel me? So have some respect for yourself, man. Get the work done, but get the grind in. You feel me? I will see you guys on Friday. You guys have a great trading week. If you guys have any charts you guys want to send them in and at me. I will get back to them as soon as possible. Peace out, fam.